Got that
one. I don't know if they're going to make a Zelda movie or not. Does Pokemon count? Because they did make cartoon movies.
Oh, there wasn't a video for that. Okay, I'll let you have Pokemon.
Tomorrow, could have put the Baron in there. You would have sat down tomorrow. You
but
couldn't
would
do,
they?
You couldn't do that task today. They would have done it today.
I thought that I couldn't do it. I just didn't want to do it.
We are able to eat fucking crap food. If they had a full bowl of that, they'd be safe.
But if it was equal, what would be the difference? You can't discriminate against people because someone can eat more than someone else. It doesn't matter. I weigh probably the least in the house, but that doesn't mean that I eat less than everybody else. You can't discriminate against people. You're talking shit.
Let's just not argue about it, eh? Because it's only a bowl of growl at the end of the day.
I just don't understand.
Work together as a team to see the task won. We've done that.
And I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
Continually since we've been here, that's how we've done it. If we can work it as a team.
Oh, big brother.
You didn't have the opportunity to work as a team. You were stuck in the room with Rachel and you didn't want to do it, so you walked out. But if we would have worked out as a team, there would have been people that you could have tagged to go in there and they would happily have stayed in there till tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely.
I just give you the explanation for it, because we want to pass the task, and because certain people wouldn't be able to sit down and eat a whole bowl of that. Like I looked at Josie just now when I did the food. She was like, so I just give her like half a scoop because we've got to eat some and we've got to finish what's in the bowl. That's the explanation. It's pretty straightforward to me. The 3 bowls I've had had it like 2/3, and then I put myself an extra scoop in there, and whoever else would want an extra scoop would have it. Because we've got to eat everything that's in that pan, and you've got to eat everything that's on your bowl.
Yeah.
I don't see the problem in it. If you want to, tomorrow we can do it exactly as you say. I will put 2/3 in.
Well, it's not my task. You can do what you want with your task, and I can do what I want with mine. I decided to walk out of mine because I couldn't give 2 fine bucks. But you can do what you want with your task. It's up to you. But I'm questioning you, just like you questioned me when I was in there, why I would walk out and why I wouldn't walk out. So
no,
now
I didn't question you. I didn't question you. I said to you, if you want to. But you get into where you've got to find someone to argue with, and you've got nothing better to do than pick a fight. So you usually find someone that you can just have a go at.
You came in there and you would have walked out yourself.
But there would have been people. I just said to you, there would have been people that would have stayed in there, would have done it. So for me,
but you're not one of them.
So for me,
but you're not one of them.
I probably would have stayed there a little bit longer. Definitely
what would be the point of that? So would you have got an extra prize if you had to stay there an extra 2 hours?
No, I probably would have just been doing it a little bit longer than you.
What for?
Because maybe us would have been easier for me than it was for you. I wouldn't have had a problem doing that.
If you can't stay in there 24 hours, if you don't pass the task...
I may very well have stayed in there 24 hours. I may not have, but I probably would have stayed there a little bit longer.
You said in there
but there would have been people that would have gritted it out and made sure they stayed in it till the following day.
Maybe not.
So some people in some tasks are stronger than others. So there are women out there that I couldn't give flipping a full bowl of flipping gruel to. They would spew it up everywhere. They wouldn't handle having a full bowl of it.
Well, you didn't mind giving Sam Pepper a full bowl. Did he say that he liked it more than everyone else? Or was that just because he didn't like it? Why was he given a full bowl but no one else was?
Well, Nora,
his was nearly overflowing.
Andy had 2 bowls of it.
Yeah, but I saw his was nearly overflowing.
I don't think we can argue, John, given that we...
Why was Sam Pepper's nearly overflowing, but they were given 2 teaspoons?
I think all the guys pretty much had a full bowl, 2/3 to a full bowl.
No one had as much as him.
Andy had 2 bowls. The first session we had, Andy had a full bowl, then he had another half to 2/3 of a bowl.
I had 3 bowls just then.
So I don't know what you're on about.
I saw Sam Pepper's, it was nearly overflowing.
Fucking shitloads there.
I saw it. He was given more, now why?
So did he.
I had 3 bowls. 3 bowls.
He had a full bowl. I had a full bowl and I had a scoop.
But did Sam Pepper say that he liked it?
John.
Did he say that he liked it, did he?
Whatever, John.
Yeah, just because you're trying to get out of it and you're trying to weasel your way out of it.
John, you're one of those moods where you want to pick a fight and you do it time and time again just because you've got nothing better to do than want to fight with people. What, you did what?
You gave him a bowl that was overflowing when we first got issued the task and we had the first meal of gruel. He got issued more than everybody else.
You've got to think as well, a lot of it is just to do with the crack. No one wants to eat gruel Sam's been
Yeah.
winding us up for days,
I say he
and a lot
deserved
of a lot of it is to do with fun as well. Just have some fun with the guy. In Sam's case, when I put the when I filled his bowl, everyone there was laughing and cracking up, and they all knew it was part of the entertainment of like
Same.
getting him back in a little bit for some of the crack he's been having with us.
But from the very beginning, everyone was issued
Stop
different
arguing.
amounts of
Stop
gruel.
arguing.
John.
So how did you know that certain people didn't like it?
What are you on about?
How did you know at that point? At the
It
very
doesn't
beginning,
matter.
when we were
Does it
all
matter?
into gruel.
Does it
You
really
think the
matter?
women in here
Stop
would want
arguing.
a full bowl of
But
that?
you don't know. You don't know. I didn't know what it was
You know
going to taste
your
like. Just like everyone else didn't know what it was going to taste like. You're making it sound like you
Stop
learnt
arguing.
that as the time went on. I watched at the very
I
beginning.
know for a fact, as I was going on, different people were saying
How?
they didn't,
How?
they wouldn't.
I said that I didn't want any either, but you didn't stop you. You
It
just
doesn't
fucking filled up my
matter,
box.
John James.
No, this is a conversation with you, Rose.
Arguing.
It's a conversation between
Yeah, but
us.
we haven't got a leg to stand on. We walked out of our house. You can't pull him down.
I'm not pulling him down.
When we-
I'm not
we
pulling him
haven't got
down.
a leg
No,
to
it's all,
stand
it's all
on.
right, Rich. This is what he does. He sort of goes
That's
around
all
and
right, then
picks
I'll
an
leave you
argument
to
with
do
people
it
because
then.
he's got nothing better to do.
No, it's not that I've got nothing better to
Oh,
do.
John, get a life, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Cheer up,
With the-
cheer up.
with-
Don't be
with
so
the
miserable.
conversa- with the
Don't feel you've
conversation-
got to pick a fight with everyone.
You just
just
need-
have a
Gave different people different portions before anyone had even tried the
for
grill.
the crack to start with, for the crack, and then
For the
different
crack.
people were reacting in different
For the
ways.
crack,
I
what is
knew,
the crack?
I knew that the women that were in the house would not
How?
handle eating a full bowl.
How?
I had to distribute a full
Yep.
saucepan full of that stuff.
Right.
To the extent that I ate, Andy had a bowl and a half of it.
Yep.
Oh, I don't want to.
I'm right, mate.
No, I don't want
Sure. Yeah.
No, I don't.
You-
Andy had he had a bowl and a half
Oh,
for the
please.
first session.
Yeah, yeah, no,
I had a bowl and a half on the first session.
But I don't
So
understand.
I'm willing to
Well,
put
arguing
myself
there.
forward.
But,
So
yeah.
don't say to me, I give Sammy Pepper 2/3 of a bowl or a bowl that was at the top. Dude, there was like 3 or 4 of us that had a load of it.
I'm just
It's
asking
got to
how
be eaten.
Yes, but I'm not discriminating against that. I'm saying.
Oh, John, I just give you an explanation.
No. I want
If
an
you want to
explanation.
if you want to carry on arguing, go out there. There's a lamppost out there. Have a good argument with that.
I don't understand.
Because you get
Why-
in these
how
moods,
did-
John, where you've got nothing better to do than want to argue
did you
with
come
people.
out
So
with-
you
how
can't
did you
just
come out
sit
with the
down.
portions? How did
You
you
can't
come-
just sit down and say, Davo, can I ask you a question?
David, can I ask you a question?
Instead,
Okay, David, can I ask
you've
you a
got to
question?
sit there, get an argumentative spirit about you, and feel that you've got to tear, just feel like you've got to tear a strip off someone.
All right. David, can I ask you a question?
I just gave you the answer.
Well,
That's the answer.
I'm asking you a question. I don't
That's
want
the
you to
answer. I
prance your way
just
around
gave
there. I'm
I
asking
just
you a question.
gave you the answer.
How
If
did
you're not
you-
happy with the answer, so what? I
I
don't
want
give
to
a
know,
rip.
from the very beginning.
I just gave
from the
you an
ve-
answer.
How did you know that certain people didn't like gruel before anyone had tasted it?
I didn't.
Then why did you dish out different amounts to different people in the beginning, before no one else had tasted it? Why did you dish out different amounts?
For a couple of reasons.
Okay.
Which I just gave you. Firstly, I didn't feel that the women were on
How did you know that? How did you feel that? How did you feel that? For a start, we'll start
Because
with
it
that.
tastes like crap.
So
The
therefore,
same as Mario turned around and said, I wouldn't want to put the women up for a different reason. For us, we could handle eating that junk better than, Corin
what give you
or
that? What give you that?
Joe
What give you
or-
that thought? What give you that feel?
I just thought we would probably handle it a little bit better than them.
Why?
Well, because, for instance, Corin is very particular with what she eats. She doesn't always eat the same meals as us. Sometimes she'll just eat cereal, and she did say to me she didn't want a lot of it. Joe, on a couple of occasions today, has told me she didn't want a lot of it. Josie just now was like, so I just give her half a scoop, or whatever, 2/3 of a scoop. That's fine. I don't mind having a
but,
go.
but if
and
you
eating
remember,
the
I also
extra.
told you that I didn't want a lot. But you
But I
just
didn't give you a lot.
you gave me the.
The
the
first
average.
time, the second meal,
Yeah.
you had what was left in there.
Yeah,
So we
I had the
scooped
same
out,
amount
we
every
scooped
time.
out what was left
I
in
had
there,
the
and
same
you
amount.
probably ate a lot less than probably 4 or 5 of the men that were in there.
Wait,
because
there's no men and women here. There's no, get
no,
that out
I'm
of your
just
head.
saying.
There's no
No, I'm
men
just
and
saying.
women. We're all the same. There's no man, women. There's
Okay.
no, forget that out of your head.
But the reality of it is, some tasks men find easier than the women.
And how
And
did you come to
sometimes-
the justification that men can eat more or less than women? How did you work that
Because
out?
a couple of the women had said to me they didn't want too much of it. All day long, I've had different people
So
say,
if-
like Mario, for
Yeah.
instance, the second time, said, bang it on mine, I'll have a load of it.
So if the men said-
Tonight, then he turned around and said, dude, I don't want too much of it because I feel quite full. So I gave him like half a bowl or whatever. Joe, the second time round, said, give me some, and she had an extra portion. Tonight, she said, I can't handle it, I don't want
So
too
wh-
much of it.
so
So,
when-
I've tried to do the portions according to what people have asked for, and initially,
So
for
if the
two things. Firstly, entertainment value with the Sam Pepper thing, because you've been winding people up. He smacked me in the flipping ding-dongs, and I knew that stuff would place. So to answer your question, it was firstly for Sam was entertainment value, but also to the fact that, like, I tried to do it in a way that I thought the men will be able to handle it. Maybe a couple of the women, like Rachel didn't mind.
I
She
don't
let
understand
the
where you're getting
crack
this.
it.
So if a few of the
Oh,
men,
John.
if a few of the men had have asked that they didn't want as much of a portion,
Yeah, like
would that,
tonight. Like
would-
tonight. Mole didn't have as much.
So that
tonight,
would be
because he
alright.
had- Mole didn't have as much tonight, the second portion,
Right.
as he did in the second time round.
Okay.
Baron, for instance, I give it him this morning, gave you like 2/3 of a bowl, same as